we're gonna go right to this field over to our left. It's on a little bit of a side hill and it can be wet. And then we'll go to that upper one. The bottom ones we should be alright. We probably won't have to use the dump wagon. If we can get away with not using the dump wagon, if we can get done with it, then Davey can take that back and grab a truck. So we'll have to watch this first field here. I'd like to open up on the trucks if I can, and then we'll save the wet parts for the dump wagon.
Okay.
Is there another truck in behind you, Davey?
Yes, Murph.
Well, we are rolling into the last couple of days of silage for 2023. Today is October 20th, Friday, October 20th. We've got a beautiful day upon us here. We have had some rain earlier on in the week. We sat out the day on Sunday, and this time of year, things just don't dry out the fastest. It's been a real nice dry year. We have used the dump wagons very minimally. We chopped on Monday with the dump wagons, but we didn't really need them. But on this farm here, we're on a little bit of a side hill, and it can be challenging at times. This is a conventional variety here on these few fields. And once we get this done, we're going to roll on out of here and get back into some BMR. So we have Bill in behind us, and Davey is around the corner with the dump wagon. Got the wind blowing a little bit since today, so we kind of have to correct our blower pipe a little bit to kind of compensate for the wind taking it away from us. Moisture. I'd like to open up on the dump wagon, however, it looks as though we're probably going to have to do that. I'm coming into a side hill here a little bit. We're just going to have to blow it over the top of the tractor. Sarah or Grandpa's pulling it right now. I don't know who's running it though. It's a little automatic. Okay. Going to do something a little different here. We've got a little bit of a side hill up in front of us. So rather than stay the course running around the outside of this field, what we're going to do is just go right across it. That way we can put a full load on him and everything stays moving. Coming into 63% moisture in the center of the field, so this is perfect stuff here. We came up here 10 days ago to check this. Mike came up and he said this corn is just as green as it would be in July. I was a little worried getting into it that it was going to be too green, but it's pretty good. Coming around to the edge of the field. Which is good. I can't see in the camera that well. I got sun blocking me. But we're pretty good. Off the truck. Can't see out of the camera. I'm gonna have to use the mirrors on this one. Too much glare. Just about loaded. Hold up, Davey. Let him go to the left so you don't run the edge of the field. Actually, there's another truck. Move over to the left. The other truck can come in, Bill. I'm going to have him full at the end here, and then we can reset. Go out to the left, Bill. Alright, we're going to wipe that camera off, see if we can't maybe get some of that haze off of there. Going to go back up to the top side, Sarah, and then we're going to continue going around the field. I got to clean this camera off and then we'll start in again. Hold up, Mike. Come out of there. Back up. Mike, I don't know who's in the Freightliner.
You want me to back up and go behind Sarah?
Yeah, just back up onto the tractor road so I can come up through there. Alright, so let's clean the camera off here. Okay, so that camera. Sarah, you can come right up to me, Sarah, or Mike. Mike's a little closer. Just have to come around the field, Sarah. I'm gonna go right back to the top side. Gotta come counterclockwise, Sarah. Yeah, you got it. Mike will get it, and then you come in after Mike. I gotta engage the cutter head, Mike. It's gotta idle down. Alright. right, we got engagement of the cutter head. Folded the head up a little bit. Got to unfold. All right. So like I was saying, this field can be a wet booger, and it is nice and dry. We have been into this field sideways before with the combine, and we have had to combine this damn field up and down the hill just because the damn combine wouldn't sit in one spot going along with the side hill. Nothing exciting other than just a basic opening up of a field. I thought we were going to run into some greasy situations here like we did the other day where I didn't video nothing, and it would have been unwatchable if I came in after the fact to video anything. But yes, this field when we've combined it in the past from where we are now back to where we made the split down through the middle of the field going crossways, we've had to combine it up and down the freaking hill. Boy, this is a lot different than when we've combined this in the past, huh, Sarah?
A little.
Yeah, our combine has single tires on it, wide tires.
Can I stay here with the dump wagon and wait, or do you want me to run back and get a truck?
You know, you could ride back with somebody and get a truck maybe, just leave the dump wagon here, and then if we get into a little bit of a pickle or something, at least it'll be here, you know. Kind of like the situation we ran into with Cumming's, where we only needed it for that little bit.
I'll ride back with Mike then.
Okay. Alright, so that was Davey. He wanted to just go get a truck, leave the dump wagon. I agree, that is...
I look at they have the Moss trailer here now too.
Yeah. Very nice, very nice. Well, we are just about done with conventional silage for 2023. What you see in front of us is all that we have left. This is a Hubner 6763. So far, it's been a decent variety. The 6663 has been a little better than this one particular variety. We have done that 6663 for a couple of years now, and this 6763 is a new one for us this year. So like I was saying, we're coming down to the last little bits here, and that will do it for conventional silage. The next field or the next farm that we're going to, We're going back into BMR corn. And the piece of BMR that we're going to be chopping is a 95-day variety. And it was planted on ground that we took first cutting hay off of. And then we dissed it quickly. And put it down to corn. That was planted the 16th. I think it was the 16th of June. But once we get over into that field and get going around it, we will, of course, share with you our planting date. I'll have to look on the old iPad there to see when it exactly was that we dropped them seeds in the ground. So they are calling for rain showers today, rain tomorrow, rain on Sunday, and then it's going to be wet. So the fields that we have left are all fields that the dump wagon will work very nicely on. This particular farm here, we are actually right in above Beacon Skiff Orchard. For the locals in the area, we are just south of Route 20. We're south of the apple orchard that sits right on Route 20, their main warehouse facility, and then we are across the road from Apple Hill. These fields here would not be too pleasant once it gets raining, because we're a little ways off the road, and it would be a mongrel to have to travel with the dump wagon all the way up to the road to get dumped onto the trucks. Now we've combined this.
Not down there, but we're going to Hudson next.
We have combined this in the past.
1 minute for Sarah.
Yeah, we're gonna get it on Sarah, Bill. We've combined this in the past. There's 4 fields.
You're going to Hudson, or are you gonna need another semi?
We could probably use you, yeah. I'm gonna start with that 12-acre field across the road, just so that if we've got to use the dump wagon, we get off that hill. There's Jared back at the farm. He's hauling manure. So there's 4 pieces on this farm. We're the farthest piece down in. We've combined this in the past. And the first field that we combined, 3 up from us now, that spot on the side hill. No, I won't need you back, Davey. I'm headed right to Hudson's now. That spot on the...
Where are you headed from, so I know, like, how long?
I'm just leaving Fassler's now, Jared, so 40 minutes. Probably get another round in. That side hill up there, we have had a hell of a time. Combine sideways, combine this way, combine that way. We've spent a couple of hours monkeying.
Is the Peterbilt moving? Will you want Sarge to drive that? The front pit and the middle pit are going to be empty, so I don't know. What are you thinking you're going to need?
The power's off still, I think, and your grandfather's on the bunk. And Christian was helping Jason on cables because they took his tractor for the generator. Alright, so yeah, we've dicked around in that field for...
I was going to eventually drive. What I was getting at was, did you want Sarge to drive the Pete? But, I mean, we can leave him hauling shit, too.
Yeah, leave him hauling for now. I mean, we're going to be truck heavy here for a little bit until I get opened up anyway. So it's 2:30 now. 4 o'clock, we should be going strong. We would have Fitzy by then, too. Yeah, so we keep getting interrupted here. So, yeah, it's nice to get this on out of here. So let's get moved to the BMR. So this field here is the one that we were talking about. How it is a pain in the ass.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted me to hook the max to the olive for 50. That's just why I asked.
Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but you can see we are way off the road here.
It has a radio in it, so you'll be able to yell at him and, you know, tell him when he's about to hit something or some shit.
All right. Oh my God, the radio goes back and forth, back and forth. But this ain't a bad farm to combine either, because we could put the grain trucks right up here by the pond. Got a real nice hard driveway to get down in here on. And it gives the grain buggy gal some busy work to do, going back and forth. So we'll go ahead and get to our next farm, which is 10 miles north of our home farm. We are about 5-6 miles south and east of our farm. We're, yeah, right up by the apple orchard area. So we got a little bit of a water hole here. We've got, looks like we're gonna need some gravel over in there, little bitses. And I seen Sarah's truck was coming in. It was quite dirty, and that's where it was getting all the dirt from. So yeah, alrighty, we'll catch you when we get there. Well, we are just getting ready to go by the farm, and you'll see we've got some corn sitting. We're gonna get into that tomorrow. The moisture looks like it should be right about where we want it. We got into that last weekend. It was 68%. When we opened up that lower field so my brother could bury that horse down in the woods there, it was 74 on 16th of September. On October 14th, on a Saturday when we went down there, it was 68. So, we're driving by the farm here now, and yeah, everything's filling up. Everything's filling up. So, we've got 10 miles to travel this way, and then we will be to the Hudson farm. We are going to be on ground that we took hay off of this year, dissed it, and dropped corn seed in the ground. We've got another field just down in north of the lagoon. We dove into that here last Saturday, which today is Friday, and that wasn't quite ready to go. So we made a path all the way around it, and you can see that that's still green, but it is looking a lot drier than what it was here just about a week ago. So this field up here on our left, this is the field that I came down to on that Cyrusher Ranger bike. We ended up chopping that last Saturday. There's only like 8 acres there. We got 6 acres across the road that we chopped, and that cleaned up some of that corn that was readily around the farm. And the reason why this field there to our left, that was ready. However, this field to our right was kind of on the green side, but that lays wet back in there. And I figured if we were going to be dealing with dump wagons and everything else, it might best be the one field that we get on out of there. So we will get our way to the field. Neighbor's got a very nice piece of grain corn right there. That is very nice. So we'll be there in a while. The farm that Jared has been moving manure to is up here off in the distance, and I would expect that we would be passing him any time now. Him and Sarge have been direct spreading on that farm, and he was going to jump off of the manure tanker because he was about out of barn manure, and he was going to jump on the silage trailer so that he could give us a little bit of assistance. But yeah, the farm that he was on is just down here, down on the flats here a little bitses, and we put wheat on half of that farm. My brother finished all of the wheat late last night. He thought it was going to be raining here this morning, and he went late last night getting that seed stuffed in the ground, and all of the wheat that we have for harvest next year is in the ground. A little late. Our planting date for insurance coverage cuts off at the 10th of October. We lose 1 percentage point per day. That blue Ford Expedition was behind me, and he says, I ain't following that goofball anymore. So he sped his way up around the short road here, and he got out in front of us. So he's gonna be fast on his way to his destination. Alrighty, we are just about ready to pull into this field. So I have Timothy in behind me. We are going to turn you guys around, and we're going to tell you a little bit of a story about this field. So we'll go ahead and get our pipe pulled up into place. We've got several cars in behind him here. We don't have a telephone line or anything like that that has presented itself across the roadside of this field. But what we do have is several cars in behind Timothy. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this field in. We're going the right way here. We've got to get him underneath the spout. And that we have him underneath the spout, we need to make sure we don't get any corn in the road here. So we have a line of cars in behind him that are waiting ever so patiently to get by him. We need to make sure we get everything right in the trailer. Bang! We're hitting the hole. Hitting the hole real good. So we're turning as we go. Bang, bang. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Around there. You guys can see we got some cars in behind us. Go ahead. I don't know if any of these guys are flipping me the bird, but if you want to park on down yonder and talk about it, we can talk about it. So this field here was a hayfield at the start of this year. We took first cotton off of it, and we,
You know, we're starting to stop at the hill on the west side of one road out here, the upper field.
yeah, so that's Timothy. He is explaining what we got going on, and the camera is a little glitchy here. So this is a BMR variety. It is a Mycogen B95U78SXE. It's a unified variety, and it is a 95-day relative maturity. In other words, 95 days from when you plant it, it should be ready to be to full.
Down by the grain bins, we can get in up top there. Just put it in on that top field up above it.
Alright, so these radios are working freaking awesome. Awesome. So we need to get our ground speed up, but we were trying to get our cameras dialed in here, and the focus point, and what have you. We're trying not to get any corn on the road. We did get a little wind to blow the corn out of the trailer, and we sprinkled a little dust on the road. So, several years ago, back when we had the 7780, we pulled into this field. It was about maybe noon, 1 o'clock, and I was coming up the hill. I was coming into the field from a different direction. And I had a rookie in behind me, so I was being really careful, because you gotta be careful with these rookies when they're running in behind you, opening up a field, because you've gotta watch out for them more than you have to watch out for yourself, so that they don't run into the back of you. Now, when we started on this farm, we had run into some marijuana plants the night before, and we had to call the local authorities to come and help us harvest some of the exotic plants that we had found. Now, we came upon these plants, and what they did is they tripped the metal detector on the chopper, because they used a like a tomato plant stake that kind of holds a tomato plant up in the air. We got a little tree branch on our spout here, and it tripped the magnet. Kind of pissed me off, it really did, because when you have these trucks in behind you, it is really hard for the truck driver to detect when the chopper stops, and you cannot just stop on a dime. And I got the truck driver stopped. I got stopped myself once I seen he was stopped, and then we discovered what was going on. And I had to drive a short distance with the head off, so I was knocking some corn down. So I could smell the plants right away. I knew what was going on. However, I had a slightly delayed reaction because of the traffic that was in behind the chopper. So I took care of that. We got everything all underway, and I'm like, you know, the amount of plants that are right here in this field, I don't know if anybody is watching as far as the authorities go or what, but whoever put these plants here are probably going to be pissed off that we came upon them, and they might come back in the middle of the night and retaliate in a way that they might do destruction to our machine. So I decided to call the authorities. And the reason why I called the authorities was because, you know, A, are they watching the field? You know, in other words, did they fly over this field and see that there was crop planted, interseeded into the growing crop, and maybe they're watching the individuals that maybe interseeded the crop into the corn, or if these guys come back and retaliate because we either A, cut the field too early and stole their crop, meaning we ran it through the chopper, and you know, they do destruction to the machine, break windows out of it, blow tires, do whatever. I would have a you know, authorities on it to somewhat investigate it. I somewhat requested the troopers. I wanted either the sheriffs or the troopers. I didn't want any rent-a-cops on the job. So, gonna get in the truck here. So one of my guys that was driving truck, he says, hey, the local authorities are here. What is going on? He kind of thought maybe there was an incident with some trucking on the road or what have you. I said, hey, I'm down here in the middle of the field. We've got some marijuana plants, and we need to have them come and get them out of here, document it, do whatever, and if we have any problems, we can address it later. So I said to him, this is on the CB radio. I said to him, I said, what? I said, who is it? I said, is it the troopers? He said, no, it's the local town, whatever. So Timothy is spun out. Let's see, you spun out Timothy.
Yeah, I can hear a run. I'll get up here. I can get somebody else here.
Alright, Davey's coming around you. I'll go on to him, and then you can get, yeah. So,
We'll be alright.
I didn't realize the guy was on the runner board until like 2 seconds into the conversation. Davey's having a little trouble getting.
I'll take Alex. I'm spinning out too.
Okay. So at any rate, yeah.
Right there, Davey. You can throw between us here. Fat tires. We need fat tires.
Alright, so Alex is coming into place. You guys can see that. So, I didn't realize the guy was on his runner board, and I said, who have you got there for law enforcement? He tells me. I said, you gotta be effing kidding me. I said, I don't need them guys. I want, you know, so-and-so. So he shuts the radio off because, you know, they could probably potentially hear me. So, at any rate, they gathered all the plants. There's about 20 of them, I think, down in that one field. And they gathered them up, and they didn't want to put those plants into the back of their cruiser. So they put them on the roof. It was rather funny. So they confiscated them all, documented everything, and what have you like that. So I'm like, all right, got done chopping for the night. It was a Sunday night, like I had said earlier. And we come into this field that I'm in right now, and I had a rookie in behind me, and I come in the driveway, coming the other way, and I couldn't go right to the headland, so I had to kind of go across the middle of the field, and I'm going along, and just about where we split the center of the field, I started jogging down through and going over to our right hand side, and I had you know, the frickin' magnet tripped. I knew what was going on, and I got on the radio and I said, hey, Tom, we gotta stop. Why? I said, just stop. I mowed a bunch of corn down, and I'm like, ah, crap. I knew what it was. So I got on the one of the cops that came the night before gave me their number. And I called that phone number. I said, hey, there's more plants. We're just south of where we were last night. We're going to go ahead and pick up all the plants, clean everything up, and meet us up here. Okay. So on the 7780, right on the left-hand side of the chopper, where you get into the chopper, coming up the man ladder, there's a little platform, and I had all the plants stacked on that platform because the night before I put a couple of them in the cab and stuck the cab up. I'm like, I ain't sticking the cab up because I haven't really been around this stuff before. So they said, all right, we'll be right there. One of my young truck drivers, he calls me and he says, hey, what's going on? Why are you guys stopped? Do I come in the field? Is it muddy? Is it this, that, and the other thing? I said, no, we're backed up here, but we're going to be going here in a minute. Told him what was going on. He said, hey, man, can I get some of them plants? I said, no, I don't know how. I don't know if the authorities have been watching this. We don't want you to take one of them. If they have the plants counted, you'll get in trouble. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So he says, hey, so-and-so is here, the authorities, that is. They are here right now. I said, okay. Yeah, hold on. I'll be back. I got a phone call. Hey, what's going on? Yeah. How hot is it getting for one? Okay. So you have to go into something and turn that off. Shit. I'm going around the outside of the field still, and yeah, I do. Let me stop these guys. Yeah, hold up. We've got to stop for a second. Hold up. The vac truck has a problem. I gotta go into my phone for a second. So everybody just hang out here for a second. Alright, give me a second. What's that, Jared? Well, why don't you go into what the hell's that guy's name? Dan? No, I'm gonna get. No, I don't want to fuck with it later. Dan, right? Okay, so engine, go into the engine icon. Are you into it? Okay, go into the engine icon on the lower left of the screen, then user interface, sensor overrides, find vacuum temperature and override. Yeah, it's gotta be. And then you're gonna, what does that say? Is it activate or? Yeah, try that. And that, what that's gonna do. All right, we can start again. What that's gonna do is just turn the ability of the computer to sense that sensor is on board. The other thing you can do, I think, too, is unplug it. off a minute, Alex. Let me get, why don't you pull over to your right-hand side? Let's get that tractor, whoever's got the biggest load on, I'll take Davey. Maybe I can get Davey filled before the end of the field. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We'll see ya. All right. So we are back at you. We had a sensor issue on the back truck that I had to go into my text messages and figure out. So at any rate, our truck driver, he's like, hey, the authorities are here. Mind you, he has asked for the plants before, and I'd already told him. Well, let's back up for a second. I told him, I said, hey, there's some more plants in behind where I cut a path down through, and this path is kind of right in where we're going to be jogging down over this hill here. I said, hey, I just caught out of the corner of my eye and behind me, we didn't get all of the plants picked up. So, okay. So he picks, I said, go over and pick them up. So he picks them up, and then he puts them in his truck. He asked me what I want him to do with them. I said, put them in the truck. Oh, okay. All right. Mind you, I've already picked up everything else. Well, where we are in the field, right here, just coming down over the hill, well, right where Tim is coming down through in the Western Star, is where a majority of the plants were in this field here. So my truck driver, he grabbed some plants that were in behind us, over in behind where that trailer is right now, and he gets them stashed in his truck. And then we have made one revolution around the field, and we get back around the field, we're making our second revolution, and as our truck driver gets ready to make his second revolution is when the authorities pulled into the field. He says, hey, they're here. What do you want me to do? You want me to bring them to you? I said, no. Keep coming. Keep coming to me. Ignore them. Do not talk to them. You got to get to me. Oh, really? He says, my God. I wanted to talk to him. So he gets right up to the chopper and he says, you know, we get that whole ordeal done with. And he says, Andy, you know, we get this field done and the authorities left the field where he says, hey, Andy, you know, you told me to get right to you. You had 2 other trucks with you. Why did you tell me to get right to you? I wanted to talk to him. I wanted the best of them, you know. This is the only guy right here with road tires that can get farther than anybody in the Northeast. Yeah. I really wasn't paying attention back there to where we were, and if I had continued loading him, he would not have gotten stuck. It was because I stopped. Yeah, happens. Alright, so I don't know what happened just before we pulled Davey out. I don't know if I had a hot camera or if I had a battery malfunction, but at any rate, we were discussing the situation with the authorities getting into the field about the time my driver wanted to bring the authorities to me. So he had asked me, he says, hey, you want me to bring these guys to you? I said, no, you get right to me. Do not stop, do not talk to them, get right to me. Oh, okay, gee, yeah, you got a couple, 2-3 trucks ahead of me. So, once I made my time around the field and got up to where they were parked on the side of the road, I gave them the plants that I had, the count of what there was, all that stuff. They proceeded on their way. The young man who was driving a truck for me, he says, hey, why did you not want me to bring them to you? I said, you had plants in your truck. They would have been able to smell that. He said, oh, yeah. Oh, that's good thinking. So prior to that, when we came upon the plants and I stopped, I got on the radio and I had said, hey, Tom, we got to stop. Oh, okay. He stops. I get out of the chopper. He said, what are we stopping for? And I said, well, there's some plants here in the field. I took a picture of him standing next to one. And he goes, oh my God, I didn't even see that there. He goes, what are we doing? I said, I got to harvest my crop. I was just kidding. He said, I don't want no part of this. I do not want any part of this at all. So it was kind of funny. So we'll keep on keeping on here. It's a little greasy in this field. We came upon this headland here. We had to do some fancy maneuvering in order to get Tim out of the field. He couldn't pull this hill, so he backed down out of it, and we had to get some rows off so that he can get turned around and go out that other way. This isn't yielding as heavily as I would like to see it, but that's what happens with late planted corn when you plant it this late in the season. So, and it's a short day corn as well. So we have this truck that we're filling now, and we have 2 more empties, and then we're going to be waiting. We're going to be waiting for a little bits here. So we'll join up with you in a little while here. We'll see how things go. It's just shy of 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. And to be honest with you, I thought it was going to get rainy by now, and it has not started raining at all. So the storms have been going, I think they've been going by us. I think they've been missing us because of the amount of wind that we've had here. So we'll keep on keeping on. Alrighty, so we ended up putting you guys on the Moss trailer that Jared pulls with the 900. You guys took a ride back to the farm and back, and I don't know what that footage looks like. If it's decent, that'll be in the next video. That'll be a ride from the field to the farm. We are now over into this 40-acre field. It has started to rain a little bit, and we are on the flat ground anyways, and we'll probably fill everybody one more time later on in the day here, and we'll go till we can't go no more. The radios, like I was saying, have been working pretty good. We can actually hear Nate back at the bunk from where we're at, which is right around 10 miles away through hilly terrain. I don't know what was that animal. I don't know what the heck that was. I don't know if it was a real dark colored deer or not, but yeah. So we'll keep on keeping on here. So that is gonna do it for this video. We had a pretty decent day today. We got a few more acres in, or we had actually were able to have gone a lot farther than what I thought we'd be able to go today. I thought we would have got rained out at about 1 o'clock, but it is 5:30 right now, and we are still pushing along. Tomorrow we'll come back over, we'll attempt to finish this. However, we might be dealing with the use of dump wagons, but it will be we'll be able to tolerate it anyways, because the field's not all that long, and we'll be able to dump and go. So that is going to do it for this one, folks. I want to thank you for watching, and we will catch you at the next one.